Hello learners, welcome back. In this video, we would learn how to unlock the default schema available in Oracle database. We would also learn how to create our own schema so that we can create tables and insert records in our table. So without having a delay, let's get started. We have SQL Developer installed on our system. Double clicking on this will launch the SQL Developer tool. We can establish the connection while clicking on the green plus icon. There you have to type the connection name, username, and password. Remember, this username and password should be the having a rights of managing your server. So if I say admin is the connection name, system is the username which can make changes on the database, meaning it has the rights to modify database objects and it can manage as well. The password is the one which is being set before the installation or during the installation process. So that password must be typed. Username, host name is the server name. The port number is on which the database is listening, and SID is the service ID. So after providing this all information, click on test. It should success, and then click on connect. Once the connection is being established, we have to execute a couple of queries. Queries in SQL or in terms of database is considered as commands. So either you can call it query or you can call it a command. So let's type our very first command, which is alter user HR. HR is the default schema name. I can say that this user would be identified by the password. So remember, username is HR, password is HR, and then you have to say account unlock. Remember that every SQL query ends with a semicolon. So do not forget this. Highlight it and click on the green play button, or you can also press Control and Enter. Once you press, you can see the query at the query output is user HR altered. Now I can make a connection using the HR schema. So I can type name as HR, username HR, password should be also HR, and rest is correct. Let's click on test. You can see the status has success. Click on connect. So we are now able to make connection on HR. On the left side, you can see there is a HR connection has been established, and you can now execute some of the query which will take effect in HR schema. I'll move back to admin again one more time. Let's create our own custom schema. So I will type create and I would say user. Then whatever the user I like, I can type that one. As of now, I'm just using code, then identified by password code. That would be creating the user code. I can then grant some permission. So grant is a command or keyword to assign some of the permissions, like grant connect. So this permission, connect permission is being given. Then resource. So resource meaning it can access all the resources. To whom we are giving this permission? To code. So let's execute this one, and you would see the grant has been succeeded. Similarly, if I want to create my own database for testing and development purposes, I would say create user test identified by test 1, 2, 3, right? Then I can say grant, connect, resource to test. After that, execute one by one. You can see the test has been created at the status output. You can also run connection, and this is done. Let's make a connection to our custom database, which is in this case test. So I'll give a name test. Username is test. Password is test123, and rest is same. I will just click on test to see status is success or not. Then click on connect. So we are now in our test database, or you can say schema. Then we'll create our first table. So remember, table is nothing but a instance, an entity. So entity represents the name of the table. For an example, I'm going to create a student entity, and the student entity must have the attributes. So student ID is an attribute. Then student name, it would be characters, and I'm going to use 30 characters for name. Then contact, and I would say a number. So number, varchar2, or any other, if it is being mentioned, we will see in coming classes what are the different data types. So number, varchar are one of data types. After that, you have to highlight all of the query. Please do not forget to put semicolon at the end. Execute this, and you would see the query has created a student table. How can we check? We can type select all from the table name student. So this will show whether our table has been created or not. So you can see there is a student ID, student name, contact. There is no records. We can insert the record. So we can type insert into student and values. Remember, values are the instance of the attributes. So I can say ID 1. Characters should be typed in single quotes or double quotes. So I'm just using a name like this and the contact number like this. Once it is done, close the parenthesis. Remember, values should be in the parenthesis. And normally, as of now, in the beginning, understand the values should be as per the column preferences until we specify the column order. So the number one would go in student ID, the name would go in student name, and this value would go in the contact. Let's see whether it works or not. And you can see there is an output, one row inserted, meaning our data has been inserted into the table. Then we can execute select all from student, and you can see the information being populated. So this class was how we can connect to custom schema. How can we create a custom schema first? Then how can we connect to the schema? How can we create a table? And then how can we insert a record? In next coming classes, we will learn these all concepts in details. Till then, stay tuned and thank you for listening.